Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The following video will contain spoilers from the Green Arrow episode, The Sin Eater. So if you don't want anything spoiled or ruined for you, stop watching now. Also, this video will contain language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised. If you don't want to hear anything like that, stop watching now. For everybody else, hey guys, what's up? I'm Dave, darker than Damien, more savage than Vandal, and this is the Arrow Roast. Now, you're probably noticing the hat. This is my recently touched up and newly acquired replica of the Jay Garrick Flash helmet. I'm going to rock on this son of a bitch whenever I start doing the cosplay for it. But don't worry, I plan on being very faithful to Jay when I finally do go in costume. Shaving the beard and mustache, doing the whole and I'm going to be Jay. I want to be proud. I want to make Jay Garrick and the Flash family proud. But since today, Sunday, February 26th, is my birthday, I figured, what the hell, have a little fun with it. And this, come on, you can't deny, this is the most badass birthday party hat ever. So I'm going to wear it for this. What the hell? Now, I gotta tell you guys, I'm sorry I was a little on the late side getting this thing out here, but to be honest, this week I was not really feeling Arrow. I mean, the same night it came on, Sci-Fi Channel was having a rerun of John Wick, and to be honest, I would have rather seen a rerun of a movie that I already saw before than watch a brand new episode of Arrow. I'm not even kidding. I just wasn't feeling it, man. I mean, for the first time since my accident, I was losing freaking interest. I mean, Arrow was just starting to bore me, and that shouldn't happen. A show that's supposed to be fast-paced and action-filled, it should not bore me to the point where I start to feel like it's a fucking burden. I mean, if it wasn't for doing the Arrow Roast and stuff like this, it would feel like it's just an obligation, a job, rather than something I enjoy. So that really sucks, but I got to do it for you guys, so thank you. But we get a lot of crap going on here. Apparently, Oliver managed to track down where Prometheus's mom is and try to have a little talk with her to find out what her son's name is, because, you know, he's completely oblivious to that, and he's good at covering his tracks. Well, Mama Prometheus is like, I'm not telling you anything because fuck you, that's why. And it just starts going there from there. So, we've got Cupid, you know, the knockoff Harley Quinn with a bow, China White, and Liza Warner, the former head of the Anti-Vigilante Task Force. They make a prison break on a prison bus, and as well as break a guard's neck, and you know, all we know is they're off to do some kind of murder and mayhem. Which, here's the fucked up part, guys. I mean, we've got Thea back, we've got three badass ladies in here, and I just wish that it was more interesting, more exciting, but I can't say that. I mean, seriously, I can't say enough of how much I had to work at wanting to watch this episode. And I had to see it twice so I can make sure I cover everything for my fucking roast. No, let me tell you, here's a list of things I thought about that were more interesting than watching the episode The Sin Eater. Let's see. Watching the paint dry on my new Jay Garrick helmet. Watching the grass grow. Watching two turtles fight over a piece of lettuce. Watching slugs fuck is more exciting than this. Now, one of my fans, Siren, she chimed in when I wrote that on my Facebook. It's like, what does slug sex even fucking look like? And I said, okay, think of like a bukkake party, only green and slower and with antenna. That's pretty much what it is. But, I mean, it really, the whole fucking episode signifies girl power, and it really, there's a few things that pisses me off about it. One, you can't really have a representation of girl power without someone being present, particularly your favorite and mine, Laurel Lance, Katie Cassidy. She would have kicked ass and taken names in this episode, but no. And second of all, This entire episode covers something I'll get into a little later, because apparently it reveals Oliver Queen's weakness. And I'll get to that in a bit. So, the badass trio break out of prison. Oliver tells the crew that Mama Prometheus said, "Fuck you, that's why." And now Oliver's got to get to his office, and Tina is going to go and get sworn in to be a new cop. Now, one of my fans on my page had referred to Tina as Dinah Fake. I like that. I wish I could claim credit for it. I can't remember your name right now. I'm sorry about that. But I'm not going to call her Dinah anything. She's still fucking Tina, because that's another bit of contention that happens in here. I'm not even shitting, man. I mean, Tina gets sworn the fuck in as a cop. Yay. But then we also have Susan Williams, Oliver's side piece, meeting him in his office. And she flat out asks, "Are you the Green Arrow?" And the first thing he says is "Yeah." And it's like, JK, just kidding. He thought he was fucking around. So, of course, this starts to get them into panic mode. He mentions to Thea that, little Lois Lane wannabe is trying to, actually come out and suspect that he's the Green Arrow. So, Thea goes to our least favorite hacker on the planet, Feifei, and says, "Hey, we need to get into her computer and see if we can take care of this stuff." So, I managed to get in and find out that they've got, information about him being in the Bratva, that he was in Russia during the time of being on the island, that sightings of the Hood were in Russia at the same time. So she's got the dirt. So Thea decides to put some stuff on the computer to try to discredit her. And, while this is going on, the team's trying to track down our least favorite female threesome that's on a killing spree. They managed to kill a shitload of people in a triad hangout. And they're looking for a depository or a warehouse or something. So eventually the team manages to track down, one, Wild Dog and Mr. Terrific managed to get a hold of a triad guy and discover that they're after the $100 million that Tobias Church had from the Amertech deal. Of course, around the same time, Arrow and Quentin are on a trail to try to find these women, and they've already deduced, hey, that's what they're after. Meanwhile, Captain Pike at the SCPD gets a letter, and he gets ready to get mobilized. So, what happens? We get our favorite green-clad hero that isn't wearing a power ring, and his cop buddy. They're talking about how Tina is going to need a code name. And he flat out says, "Well, I figured when she was ready, we can call her Black Canary." You could see the look on Paul Blackthorne's face. Now, the best he does is do his little side head nod thing, and then he says, as long as she makes Laurel and does Laurel proud, that's fine. You know that Paul Blackthorne wanted to say some shit. This is the second fucking time. First he finds out that this girl who has a sonic scream has the same name as his daughter and wife, ex-wife. And then he finds out that, oh, by the way, it's going to be official, and fake-ass Laurel here is going to be taking the mantle of Black Canary. And nothing. I was expecting a hell of a lot more of a reaction. So, jump bad, get pissed off. No. Now, apparently, Paul Blackthorne was pretty much told, in my humble opinion, that you either play ball and go around reading the fucking lines, or you're shit canned. Or maybe Quentin will have a heart attack and he'll go the way of Laurel. This is my opinion. I mean, at this point, I think Mark Guggenheim has got, Paul Blackthorne by the balls and got a gun to him. Mark Guggenheim, in the name of fandom everywhere, put the gun down away from Blackthorne's balls and step out with your hands above your head. It's just, oh, for fuck's sake. It's just getting bad, man. You want to see Paul just step up and just Quentin be a badass about his daughter and stuff, but he's just sitting there taking shit and telling, whoever the hell's writing it, thank you, may I have another. No! It's fucking wrong, and you know it's wrong. So, anyway, we've got Arrow and Quentin catching the three in the act. They're trying to figure out where the hell the thing is, but Tina, of course, knows, or rather, Liza, rather, knows where somebody is to go get it. They get confronted. A big fight scene starts to happen. Quentin's chasing down Liza and you on the guilt trip and stuff. You used to be a cop. I tried to turn you in. And Liza's like, I saw you working for Damien Dark because fuck you, that's why. And Quentin's got this whole guilt thing. That's why the entire episode's called The Sin Eater. In the Russian flashbacks, Anatoly's describing that there are people that take on the sins of other people to try to help get them out. And that's what Oliver did in Russia when they were trying to get the hell out of the hospital when the hit squad from Gregor was coming to get him. And basically it turned into like an escort mission from Resident Evil 4. And, see, this is the thing. It has all this suspense building up in the flashbacks. They're running around trying to avoid the hit squad. Gregor says, hey, Anatoly, give up Oliver and I'll let you live. Oliver gives himself up. But he actually manages to make a plan. He starts, shooting people and whatnot. And Gregor ends up getting Anatoly with a gun. And, oh my God, I hope Anatoly doesn't die. Right, because it's a fucking flashback and we already know he's going to live. Jesus fucking Christ on a biscuit. Guys, this is why I don't like Gotham. It's essentially just a fucking prequel, and we already know what's going to happen with these people. I'm getting bored. I mean, it's bad when this episode's starting to become narcoleptic to me. Anyway, Arrow and the gang are fighting, the triad of Punani, and here comes the anti-crime unit. They let the villains get away, but they're trying to arrest the Green Arrow. Because they now know that he had something to do with the death of Detective Billy Malone. That was the note. Prometheus dropped a dime, so he's just making life miserable for our Emerald Archer. At one point, he looks like he's going to put down his bow because he's surrounded. But no. He spins around, shoots out some freaking mini bomb spark shit. A cloud of smoke happens, and he disappears. Really? Oh my fucking God. You disappear in a cloud of smoke. Okay. Do you really want to be sucking on Batman's dick any harder than this? Oh my God. You are riding him like a fucking, bareback horse. What the fuck, dude? So, Oliver gets back to the Arrow Cave and starts telling people, oh, that's another birthday wish for me. Happy birthday. Thank you. Anyway, Oliver gets back to the Arrow Cave, tells them that, hey, this is what's going on. Apparently anti-crime unit's after him for that. So, manages to have a meeting with the Captain Pike, and looks like they're hard up to try to get a hold of the Green Arrow. He's trying to say, look, I don't think he had anything to do with this. There's a lot of assholes out there with arrows now. And he's like, no, I'm going to take him down because fuck you, that's why. So while this is going on, Susan is in Oliver's office and ends up saying that, well, she got fired. Apparently some things got put on her computer that looks like it's, she said that she was reporting a lot of bad sources and stuff on various things. So her credibility is a reporter gone. She is shit canned. And she points out to Oliver that, none of this would have happened if I hadn't asked you that if you were the Green Arrow. And she starts coming clean. She starts talking about the pictures about in Russia and all this stuff about the Bratva. And he's just sitting there stone-faced like, I don't know what the fuck happened. And she's like, yeah, what the hell ever. So the side piece goes, na, hey, goodbye. He goes rushing down to the Arrow Cave to talk to Fi. And oh my God, it was adorable because he tried to sound all big and bad, standing up to the woman that's taken over his fucking show. But you know he gets cock-blocked eventually. So he ends up, it's like, did you hack into her computer? And she's like, yes. She had the goods on you, and Thea wanted to save your ass. He confronts Thea. And he's all pissed off because she essentially ruined the life of his punani. That's essentially it. Now, this is the thing I was talking about. It's supposed to be all about girl power. And it's a bit understated, but truly, at this point, I believe that Oliver Queen's weakness is vagina. Think about it for a second. I mean, if you're wearing a skirt, he's got a blind spot to you. He has a blind spot. I mean, he had a blind spot to his mom. He was fucking around on Laurel, cheating with Sarah. Forget about that. How about Helena Bertinelli, the Huntress, all these other things? And he has a fucking blind spot there. So apparently kryptonite for him is cooter. It's just horrible. And here's the fucking... I cannot stand the hypocrisy anymore. I mean, this is just bad hack fucking writing. If it was a goon and a jumpsuit with a MAC-10, you know for a fact I'll be snapping necks like crab leg night at Red Lobster. But no. Because he's getting a piece of that. No. You went too far. You've ruined a woman's career. Thea, I can't believe you did that. You did just what Mom would do. Okay. I mean, it's bad enough Speedy's not even in a fucking outfit anymore. You made her the most interesting goddamn secretary in the world. Now you're chastising her for saving your fucking identity, which you keep telling motherfuckers. I mean, make up your goddamn mind. You had the consistency of a baby with diarrhea's shit. Okay? That's what you've got right now. Fucking season 5. No one can know my secrets. Snap! And then what happens? You go fucking telling... You go telling Tina and all this shit. And, you're joking around with Susan and not worried about a goddamn reporter telling the world who you are? Fuck you with a boxing glove arrow, dude. Seriously. So... Oliver starts to pout and whine and bitch and moan. I mean, apparently, the estrogen's starting to kick in hardcore now. I mean, he's like, I can't do anything with anti-crime unit coming after me. And it takes Quentin fucking Lance, to give him the speech to rally himself, get off of his ass, and do something about this. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, once again, the whole Gotham thing, apparently Quentin Lance is his Commissioner Gordon, and, apparently Ollie needs a fucking pep talk now. Oh my God. I mean, this is just horrible. So, eventually he decides to rally himself. He manages to go to Pike and tell him that, hey, the Green Arrow told me that I got tricked into killing Billy because I thought he was Prometheus. And just put it out there on good faith. Meanwhile, they managed to track down where the triad of tits are going to. Looks like they actually found the place where he was hiding the 100 mil, which is an old cemetery. So, Team Arrow starts to move in. Here goes Arrow with Quentin, and they're getting in there. They managed to, the ladies managed to get the crypt open, carry as much stuff as they can, which makes just a perfect thing for them all three to come out of individual gates carrying money, trying to look all badass. Did not work. So, Team Arrow has them surrounded, and eventually Liza, I don't know why I keep calling the bitch Tina. I'm not trying to confuse Tina with a bad guy. A bad choice, maybe, but not a bad guy. Anyway, so Tina does come out, manages to hit him with a canary cry, and carrying a bow staff. Really, Tina, you got to rip off both fucking canaries now? You got to bring out a big stick? Okay. So, they've got the girls surrounded. Liza calls in back up on a bunch of gang members to come in to bring in the heat. Green Arrow's firing off a couple arrows, which amazes me because, an explosive arrow hits, like 15 feet away from everybody, and 5 or 6 bad guys do a goddamn, forward jump flip from the explosion. It's almost like they were a stunt team and not actual fucking hitmen trying to kill anybody. Wild dog jumps. All the guys try to get in there, get their hands, filled up here. Mr. Terrific, oh my God. At one point he gets jumped by 2 of the girls at once. He's getting his ass kicked like his name is Senor Pinata. And then here comes the ACU. They're coming in. China White's like, oh, I can't wait for them to, take you in. No, bitch gets shot in the back by Captain Pike. And they're not here for Team Arrow. They're here to get the bad guys and the Trinity of Poontang here. So, they're like giving them a knowing nod and whatever and whatnot. And at one point, Green Arrow says, I'm sorry about Detective Malone, something I have to live with. And Captain Pike's like, funny, that's exactly what the mayor said. So, you could see, he gets pissed off that his sister helped to save his ass and his sacred identity. But what happens? He ends up giving a little sneak peek to Captain Pike, so you figure that he's going to eventually know about it. So eventually he comes to a realization, look, Thea, you made a choice, it wasn't a mistake, and you did something like Mom would do. Let's hope that Thea doesn't follow in Moira's footsteps and end up dying this season, because that's going to royally fucking suck. So the bad guys get taken in, Quentin Lance gets his conscience cleared, and just when you think it was safe to start breathing normally again, no. Apparently then it gets released on the news that the mayor had covered up the circumstances for Detective Malone's death. So now it looks like everyone's going to try to come to impeach Oliver's ass. So, and that's where it leaves off. Dun, dun, dun! So next week we're going to have the vigilante going after the mayor and the corruption in there, which kind of confuses the shit out of me considering Adrian Chase is supposed to be the vigilante. So he knew about the cover-up. So why the fuck is he trying to take out Oliver? Once again, inconsistent writing. It's fucking bad. It wasn't all that great. I mean, and here, it looks like I'm not the only one that thinks so. For this show had an all-time low rating. 1.5 million viewers and what, a 0.5 rating? It's the lowest it's ever fucking been. And now it hit higher when we had the 4-episode crossover, which the producers are already talking about, oh, wait, we're going to have a real 4-episode crossover next year with all 4 shows. Yeah, you guys are talking about something that, if you guys keep on plummeting in the fucking ratings, it's not going to matter. Arrow is currently the least watched of all the shows in this DC universe, which fucking sucks, but you guys did it to your damn selves. All because you refuse to admit that, oh, by the way, Tina got a new mask, so... But she's like, I'm not sure I want to fill in her shoes. Bitch, you were groomed for this, okay? You got the sonic scream. You're a badass. You got the attitude. You got the leather jacket. Now you have the mask. And you're bitching about, I can't fill her shoes yet. Bullshit. The entire fucking point of you doing this was to fill her shoes. And once again, Paul Blackthorne is just, you could see him biting his fucking tongue. It's just, somebody, please get this man some blood pressure medication. I don't want him to end up failing on this. Just, seriously. So, yeah, so next week we get Vigilante versus Mayor Queen. Okay, yay. So, it was, like I said, I had to work on this one, guys. It's just, I had to, it was hard to find anything humorous about this episode. It was just, it was draining. Like I said, I'd rather watch John Wick again. You know, I want to see something, but I got to take a look and see how many more episodes we got in this season left, because at this point I'm looking forward to getting over with, but I still like being able to do the roast and stuff for you. So it gives me a chance to do comedy every week, so I do like that. And once again, I want to thank all of you guys for the birthday wishes, the happy birthdays, everything. I really appreciate all of you guys, seriously. I mean, I have over 850 subscribers now on my channel. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all. I do appreciate it. So I look forward to doing a hell of a lot more of this with you guys now that I've turned the big 4-4. Yes, I know, I'm 44 years old now. Anyway, as long as you're young at heart, it doesn't matter. So, thank you guys for checking out. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around. Hell, feel free to pass this to the Arrow Writers Room on Twitter or whatever. And once again, guys, I look forward to seeing you guys later this week. Until next time, Dave signing off with a tip of the cap. Peace. Yum yum.